If you're doing cardio to lose weight and burn belly fat, then stop what you're doing right now and watch this video, because I've done an experiment and I can prove conclusively once and for all, guys, you don't need to be doing cardio to lose weight and burn belly fat. And in this video, not only am I going to show you that conclusive evidence and proof, I'm going to be telling you what I would do. And in case you don't know who I am, my name is Doug, and I've spent the last 5 years working as a personal trainer and a nutritionist, helping men to lose weight, burn belly fat, build muscle, and 10x their energy, strength, and confidence. I was actually my very first client. I lost 45 pounds in just 4 months, and I transformed myself from an overweight, burnt out, and depressed man into the healthiest, happiest, most jacked, shredded, focused, and productive version of myself that you see here today. And since then, I've gone on to help over 100 guys to do the same. Okay, let's get into it. So the experiment that I was referring to, I actually did a few months back because I was sick and tired of my clients beating themselves up for not getting all their workouts in or not getting their cardio done. Because I think there's a huge misconception amongst men and women that when it comes to weight loss, the biggest needle mover is the exercise, because they think, well, I'm doing everything else, so that's the one thing I'm not doing, so that must be the thing that makes the difference. Even if you were to train like Arnold Schwarzenegger and work out 6 days a week and 2 hours per session, that would only account for 6% of your week. So what you do outside of your workouts, whether that's your cardio, whether that's your gym sessions, counts for so much more. It counts for 30 times more. Anyway, I was sick to death of this misconception. So I got my thinking cap on and I came up with a great idea. So I put my Apple Watch on, went outside, set up a workout on the watch, and I just walked 3 kilometers in one direction. After 3 kilometers, I ended the workout. Then I turned around, started a new workout, and ran the 3 kilometers back home. Now, here's the calories I burnt from the walk. 241. How many more calories do you think I burnt on the run? 100 more? 200 more? No. I burnt 14 more calories on the run. That's the same distance, just done faster. Now listen, I'm not saying you shouldn't do cardio. Cardio has amazing mental health and cardiovascular health benefits. After I did that run, I felt amazing, and I actually try and build some cardio into every single week. Did the run take less time? Yes. Did it help with my cardiovascular health? Yes. Did it help with my mental health? Absolutely. But what I am saying, or what I am hopefully proving to you in this video, is that you don't need to do it. Because you know what it's like. If someone tells you you need to do something, whether it's with regards to your health or to do your job, or even when you think back to when you were a kid and your parents tell you you need to go to bed, as soon as someone tells you you need to do something, you instinctively want to fight it. It's this weird human nature that we all have within us. So I think if you shift your perspective and realize that you don't need to be doing it, that hopefully will give you a lot more freedom. And with that freedom, what you'll probably find is that you actually then look forward to your cardio. You actually enjoy it more. Rather than feeling like you need to go for a run, this is what I would do instead. I would focus on walking, and I would focus on walking a lot. The clients I've got who experience the fastest weight loss results are the ones who walk the most. There's a direct correlation. There's 2 clients I'm thinking of in particular right now, and they're like the poster boys for this. They both walk anything from 12 to 17,000 steps per day, and both of them are losing at least 1 kilogram, so that's over 2 pounds per week. Like clockwork. It's so predictable. I think a lot of the misconception around feeling the need to do cardio to lose weight comes from people not necessarily understanding how weight loss and how fat loss actually occurs. The principle of losing weight and body fat is actually really simple. In fact, I think it's so simple that a lot of people don't buy into it. They don't believe it because they've tried everything and they think the answer must be more complicated than this. But simple doesn't mean easy. The principle of weight loss is governed by creating what we call a caloric deficit. You might have heard of this, but let me explain it in my own words and hopefully give you the context that you need to buy into this so that you can make the progress that you want without having to do lots of hard cardio. So a calorie deficit is where you are consuming fewer calories than you are burning. Now, to create that deficit, the first thing we need to do is help you to figure out what we call your maintenance calories. This is the number of calories that you burn through your lifestyle and your physiology. So your age, your weight, your height, and your sex, and then how active you are day to day. Not necessarily how many times a week you're working out, but the type of job you do, whether you sit a lot, whether you stand a lot, whether you're a fidgety, extroverted type of person or an introverted person. Now, there's some complex formulas and algorithms we can use to calculate that and get very precise with it, but a rough and ready rudimentary equation you can use to get you 95% accuracy is to take your body weight in pounds, make sure it's in pounds and not in kilograms, and multiply that by 15. That's going to give you a very good start point. That's your maintenance calorie number. Now, we want to create a calorie deficit, which means consuming fewer calories than your maintenance calories. When people talk about calorie deficits, a lot of people think you have to be in a 500 calorie deficit. And this comes from the fact that if you're in a 500 calorie deficit each day for 1 week, you're going to lose 1 pound of fat. And the maths on this is very straightforward. There's 3,500 calories in 1 pound of fat. 3,500 divided by 7, because there's 7 days in a week, is 500. So if you adhere to a 500 calorie deficit per day for 7 days, you are going to lose 1 pound of fat. But you don't necessarily need to be in a 500 calorie deficit. You also don't need to be creating the deficit with restrictive diets or lots of intense, boring cardio that you don't want to do. What I would do is 3 things. First and foremost, I would look at my calories in the context of my week rather than each individual day, because in theory, it sounds nice sticking to a 500 calorie deficit per day for a week. Great. But in practical application, with real life, with the stresses that come up with kids, with work, with family, with friends, with health, with whatever else it might be, with hangovers, a 500 calorie deficit every single day monotonously can, first of all, get pretty boring. But secondly, it's not very sustainable. So what I'd suggest you do, calculate your maintenance calories, minus 500 from that, and then multiply that number by 7. So let me give you a working example. Let's say, for example, my maintenance calorie number is 2,500. If I wanted to create that 500 calorie deficit, I'm going to go ahead and subtract 500. So my recommended daily calorie intake would be 2,000, right? But rather than obsessing and trying to hit 2,000 calories every single day, whether it's Monday or whether it's Saturday, what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply that 2,000 by 7, which is going to give me 14,000. So imagine I was to give you 14,000 pounds or $14,000 at the start of every week and say to you, this is the money you've got to spend. I mean, that sounds pretty good, right? But you can't go over it. I'd give you that money and I'd say, here's your money. It's up to you how you spend it and when you spend it. It's the same with your calories. As an adult, I'm going to then give you the freedom and the control to figure out when you want to have high calorie days and when you want to have low calorie days. So for example, how I would structure this: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Motivation is high, stress and social pressure is going to be a little bit lower, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plan to have low calorie days on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Now, as we get into Thursday, maybe there's going to be a little bit of temptation to go out on a date night or a few beers after work or whatever it might be. So potentially I'm going to factor in a few extra calories, a slightly higher calorie day on a Thursday. And then Friday, Saturday, that's when I really want to leave more calories in the bank, in my calorie bank of those 14,000, to give me a lot more freedom so that I can actually enjoy my weekend, enjoy my social life, enjoy my time with my friends or my missus or whoever it might be, and give myself that freedom, knowing that I'm still within my calorie deficit. And then Sunday, I want to use as an opportunity to kind of get back on track, set myself up for the next week so that I can get off to a great start on the Monday. So you see what I've done there? Rather than obsessing and trying to hit 2,000 calories every single day, I've looked at my calories in the context of my week, and I've given myself a lot more freedom and control by doing that. And I'd really encourage you to do the same. Secondly, we need to think about how we're going to create that deficit. What a lot of people do is go all in on day 1 and then give up after day 14. They create extremely restrictive diets and they go all out on their cardio and trying to lift weights as well. Suddenly they're cutting out carbs, they're only eating at certain times of day, they're eating only plant-based products, whatever it might be. And what they're also doing is 4 runs a week and a HIIT session and 3 weightlifting sessions. It's no wonder that most people give up and fail with their diets, because they've gone to such extremes and they think they've created a 500 deficit, but what they've actually done is created a 1,000 calorie deficit. So this is how I would create my 500 calorie deficit. I would eat 250 calories less and I would move 250 calories more. This is a far less restrictive and, more importantly, far more sustainable approach. Eating 250 calories less a day is literally cutting out 1 snack. You could keep your diet exactly the same and cut out 1 snack per day and lose a pound of fat a week, as long as you increase your movement by 250 calories. And guys, you have to agree, that's pretty low effort. That's pretty mind-blowing. And then how would I burn 250 calories more? Well, it certainly wouldn't be through cardio. What I would do is walk. Walking is far more sustainable, more enjoyable. There is almost zero chance of getting injured. And it's an activity that you can multitask on. As I said earlier, it's a great opportunity to process your thoughts, to meditate. What it also does is help you activate your parasympathetic nervous system, which is a part of your nervous system linked to rest, relaxation, and recovery. And this is activated when you change your environment, change your perspective, and when you look up from your screens, which we spend so much of our day on, and out into the distance. When you get fresh air, when you're getting daylight and sunlight, absorbing more vitamin D, there are so many tangible benefits to walking. And it's such a low cost habit. It's a no brainer. You want your weight loss journey to be as easy as possible, right? I mean, if you had it your way, I'm sure you'd want it to be effortless. Well, this strategy is as close to effortless as I can give you. Consuming 250 calories less a day and burning 250 calories more a day just by walking 30 to 45 minutes. Come on, anyone can do that, guys. And the funny thing about walking is that if you implement it into your daily habits and routine, you're going to get more done, because when you're walking, you can multitask. Sure, sometimes you could use it as an opportunity to take a break and to meditate and to process your thoughts and to relax. But other times you can use it to call a friend, call a family member, walk your dog, get outside with your kids, take walking meetings, plan your next day, your next week, write down your goals, listen to a great podcast or an audiobook. There's so many proactive positives that you can do whilst you're walking, whilst you're burning calories, that it's a complete no-brainer. And to top it all off, it's free. If there was a committee for promoting walking, I'd like to think I would be the chairman. But hopefully, guys, this video has helped to explain the benefits. But more importantly, I really hope this video has helped you to realize that your weight loss journey doesn't need to be as hard as you probably think it is in your head. Going back to the original point of this video though, cardio. Cardio has its place. Cardio is a tool that you can use to help fat loss and help your mental health, but it isn't a necessity. It isn't something you have to do. And truth be told, I feel like so many people procrastinate on their weight loss journey because they think it's going to be hard. But hopefully, having watched this video, having realized how easy it can be if you implement this simple strategy, it's given you the motivation to get started. Or if you've already started, it's giving you the motivation to tweak your strategy and to carry on. And if you've liked the video, guys, I really hope you'll show your support and give a little thumbs up, and of course subscribe to the channel. But if you've watched this and you're still not sure where to start or what to do, and you want some more personalized help and advice and support and accountability, then you can go ahead and click the link underneath this video in the description and join the waitlist for my online coaching. I'll ask you a few simple questions. It's going to take you less than 2 minutes to complete, and I'll use the information you provide to match you up with the best program that I can. And then when a spot becomes available, I can reach out to you and we can discuss how I can help you to hit your goals. Anyway, I'll leave the video here. Hope it's been a good one. Bye.